What's going on, folks? It's your man Jay Will. Yes, live in the NY with my man Night Tech. Monday smartphone news. So we're gonna kick it in New York. Obviously, we're here for a special event. Got some things coming up with ZTE. You've seen all of the leaks online and everything. Night Tech was on the podcast recently, so kind of had to keep this under the wraps. You know what I'm saying? Can't let all the secrets out. But Monday smartphone news, man. We here in New York. And we're going to kick it with the AxonM. Hopefully we get some hands-on time and bring you guys some live coverage tomorrow or Wednesday or whatever we can. And we're just going to talk about the AxonM for a second. So I've asked a lot of y'all about folding phones and, you know, what standards you have on folding phones. And some of you guys have really high standards. But I say that a first-gen device is going to be a first-gen device. You got to look at it with an open mind. Don't think that it's going to be flawless right out of the box and see it for what it is. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be bad, but we shall see how this phone actually is going to work. So, Night Tech, what you think, man? You think it's going to be a hit?
I think it's going to be a hit with certain people.
Oh, yeah?
The masses, probably not, because, you know, the age that we live in with tech, a lot of good tech, sometimes, you know, okay tech gets shot down before
getting shot down before it even gets out.
So depending on, you know, what these reviews say, certain people are going to get it, certain people aren't. The way I'm seeing it, if it's what I'm hoping it's going to be, then I definitely will be trying to get my hands on one, because I love multitasking. I always have a device or something in my hand. So, yeah, I'm all in.
Having that two screens, though. So the design, if the design holds true to what everybody is saying, it's going to be basically, you know, two screens. And some people might think that's going to be a bad thing, but that could be a good thing. You know what I mean? Because it means you get basically two smartphones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For the price of one.
Yeah. That's,
no, even better. You get two smartphones and a tablet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because if it's one that folds open, you're gonna pretty much get a full tablet in your pocket. And I've done a couple of videos on, like, recently I did a couple of videos on folding phones, and again we did that podcast. But I think this might be where the industry is headed, and it's just like with the 18:9 ratio. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't ready for that. I remember saying, I'm not really feeling this, but eventually it kind of grows on you, and you just kind of go with it. You know what I mean? So even with that, like the Essential phone, I think it's just all screen, you know? And that's another example of a phone getting dumped on before, like the U11 that I'm recording with. It's phones that just don't, you know, like the Ultra, they don't get a chance before they even hit, you know what I mean? So I'm curious to see how people are going to receive this joint. I'm curious.
It could be a hit or a miss. Hoping for a hit.
I think it might be a mild hit.
Yeah.
It's just the people, depends on who they're targeting, who they want to sell it to, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I think. The pricing, obviously, the pricing plays a huge part. Yeah. You know what I mean, on whether a device does well or not. Some people now, like earlier, I heard someone say that the Mate 10. We're gonna talk about that too. The Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Pro. Those announcements were today. Today is October 16th. So let's go ahead and fast forward to that. We're gonna get some more coverage on the AxonM, but I want to talk about the Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Pro. Both of the, he get pumped. Both of those are going to be hot. But somebody said already that if it's $850 or $750, that the price is too high. My question is how? Like, why is it already that it's too high? I think it's solely because of the name of the company. People are judging phones by the brand.
Yeah, because these are the same people that bought the Note 8s and the iPhones and everything for the same exact price. And some of the features on the Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro aren't even on these devices, so
yeah. That's kind of strange. When I hear
but
people.
Like I say, price, when it comes to price, a lot of people say something's not worth something. Chances is they're not either going to get it, or, you know, when it comes to price, when somebody says it's not worth something, that's a lie. For the simple fact is, anything you're willing to spend your money on is worth it.
Because individual, right?
Yeah.
Like, the people think that it's so. I think the U11 and the Ultra are great phones. I think the U11 is probably one of the top phones of 2017, and people still say, no, man, that phone ain't that good. But the Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Pro are getting ready to drop. Now, the bad part about the announcement was what? No U.S. availability yet. Like, we don't know.
It could turn out like last year.
January.
And come out January at CES. So.
January, after around CES, they might drop. Because they were out at CES big time. They had big... When we got there, it was big signs everywhere. Like, they were showing the Mate 9 before the release, you know?
And surprisingly, it came in at a lower price than we thought it was going to be.
$599, right? Wasn't it $599? $699, something like that.
But still, that was still lower than everybody thought it was going to be.
We thought it was going to be more like $899 or something. But that's why I don't understand how the Mate 10, they're saying is, some people have said it's overpriced already. Like, how? I don't get it.
Yeah, I think in the U.S., I think it's going to come in at $699.
That's what I said, too. I think it's going to be $699.
If the Mate 10 comes to the U.S. We don't know. There's speculations that the Pro is the only one coming.
Yeah,
but
I don't understand that move. But I mean, the Pro is that one has the option for 6 gigs of RAM, the 128 gig model. But I would rather have the Quad HD display than the 6 gigs of RAM, because we already know currently all these phones have 4 gigs of RAM and they work great. The 4 gig, 64 gig thing, that's what these companies are doing now. So if Huawei decides to come out with something like the Mate 10 Pro only for the US, I don't understand that move, because it's got a 1080p display.
Yeah,
I don't understand that move. So if they do something like that, it's gonna be kind of strange, you know, when they got this high power phone.
When it comes to the two, I feel like Huawei. The only thing I don't like, I feel like Huawei played flip flop. I felt like they were like, okay, we're gonna give this to one device, and we're gonna give this to, you know what? Let's give this to the other device. So either, no matter what device you actually pick, you're gonna sacrifice something. Like with the Pro, you get water resistant was 67.
Yeah, 67.
And on the regular 10, you get 53.
And also the Pro has a 6-inch and the regular one has a 5.9. I don't understand the logic behind that.
One is 18 by 9, the other one's 16 by 9. But the one with the 18 by 9 has the full HD plus display, and the other one has the Quad HD display.
Yeah.
And one has 4 and one has 6. It's just like, no matter which one you pick, you're gonna have to sacrifice something.
Yeah, I don't know the justification behind that.
The only thing they have the same really is just the cameras and the software.
And the cameras, whoo boy, cameras like dual f1.6 aperture on both of them. Right now, that's looking like the top of the line spec wise. Will it perform that great? Have to get it in hand to see.
The camera software, that whole AI taking the perfect pictures, that's gonna take photo photography to the next level. The simple fact is, a lot of people, including myself, I don't use manual mode. Like I was just telling you, I was like, I gotta learn how to use it.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to sit there and try to,
check the ISO
and all this stuff to get the perfect shot. So for software to be able to catch that perfect shot for you without you having to do anything really, is just gonna take it to the next level.
And I think the V30 is a phone I'm still not sleeping on, because the V30 is gonna have some amazing cameras, but I mean, even though the Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Pro got the 1.6 aperture on both of them, I don't know, and they both have optical image stabilization, I think, too. So, didn't you say both of them had, or just one?
I think, no, the main
one has. Okay, so I don't know that, and that's kind of strange that they wouldn't do it on both. Like, they gave them a 1.6 aperture, why wouldn't they put it on both? But that's kind of weird. Like, they say,
but you gotta think about it. It's not telephoto.
Oh, okay.
It's only one's monochrome, one's RGB.
Yeah, you're right.
So.
But I don't know how the logic behind what they were thinking when it came to picking what got what. Like you said, it's 53 on the one that most people want. It's got IP53. Not that that's important to me, but the tech world is going to rip it apart for things like that. The tech world, the techies are going to say, "Oh, this is why didn't they do this?" That's just the norm of when a phone comes out. The tech world has to pick it apart and say, "Hey, look, it should have had this. It should have had that." So that's what it's going to be for that phone. I don't really understand the logic behind that either. They gave a 18 by 9 ratio for the Pro, and then they gave a 16 by 9 for the regular one, but the regular one has 53 IP certification, and it also has a Quad HD display. The big one, the Pro, has a 1080p display. I don't get that.
Yeah, and when they tried to explain it, he said, he even brought it up. He's like, I bet you're wondering why we put it on to this. I don't even think he actually explained why they actually did it. Like, because technically he said battery, but I'm like,
The 18:9 ratio ain't pulling that much more battery.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, and that's another thing. One screen is IPS and the other one's OLED.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what? I guess they doing these things, certain things, but to call it the Pro, that so they're different. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to sacrifice a quad HD display for an 18:9 aspect ratio. Yeah, I'm like, especially since everything's not adapted to that format anyway right now. So 16:9 would be a better choice.
And it also makes the Mate 9 look like really sexy right now. The Mate 9 is looking real good right now. Because the Mate 9 is still good.
Yeah.
The Mate 9 is still a hot phone.
They both have the same edge-to-edge display. So I'm like...
The color options, though. Oh, man, the color options.
The Pro has the better color options.
The color options.
I'm like, that's another thing. I'm like, the blue and the...
the mocha brown is on the other one too. They got that mocha brown. I think they got a titanium. They got a titanium one for the Pro too.
Doesn't
I think the other one I think they all have the same colors except for they have one limited color for each one.
Blue and one has champagne gold.
That's what it is, champagne. Yeah.
So, but the blue one is the one I actually
like.
like.
Yeah, that blue is hot.
And if I can't get a blue one, then it's the mocha.
Yeah, that mocha is nice too.
But the gold one, the champagne gold one, almost looks almost white. It's silver.
So people thought it was white. Some people thought it was
silver
white.
Color. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what champagne. I don't think that's. I don't know. Yeah. Then the pink one is just.
That's for the ladies.
I'm trying to call it pink gold, but I'm like.
Yeah, nah. It's,
I'm like, wouldn't that be rose gold?
Yeah, he said this is for the ladies too. He's like, this is for the ladies. Yeah. But man, we're here in New York. We're gonna celebrate the AxonM, so tweet that out, #AxonM. If you want to see some live coverage on that, we'll try to get to whenever the event is. We'll try to come live with it or
follow our channels.
Yeah.
So we'll be live.
Yeah, I'll try to bring some stuff. Yeah. We know he going live. I'm still trying to debate whether I want to go live or not.
Jay going live.
I'm gonna try.
We're not in the CES days where we have to use certain apps. You could go live straight from the YouTube app.
Going live. But we're going to bring you more coverage, man. It's your man, Jay Will. We're here with some other YouTubers, too, and you will see them later on. We got some big-time YouTubers in here. I think Grant is here. T. Frank is here. Paul Tech is here. There's a few people here that you guys know and love. So we're going to be bringing you live coverage on this thing, man, and see how we're going to get it popping. So it's your man, Jay Will, Monday Smartphone News, AxonM, Mate 10, and Mate 10 Pro. Live coverage here from New York. It's your man, Jay Will. We out. Night check. We out.
Peace.